Yeah, people, I ain't gonna lie. There are so many Roblox ASYM games out there nowadays. Ever since a game like Pillar Chase 2 dropped, and now Forsaken blew up, I feel like many people try to make their own spin on ASYM games. And that is why today, we are going to be reviewing a bunch of different Roblox asymmetrical horror games, and then putting them on a tier list. The way I'll be ranking these games will be based off one simple thing: if the game is fun. Yeah, that's literally it, if the game is fun. In addition, I'll be going over things such as their objectives, their characters, their uniqueness and gimmicks that makes this game special, and then I'll be giving my honest opinions on the game. And starting out strong, we have Die of Death, a retro-styled ASYM game that was made to mock the current asymmetrical scenario. For the objective, it depends on the game mode. Typically, it's your basic survive until the timer ends, or kill everyone. You do have some fun game modes, with the objective of being Kill the Killer, survive against this evil scary block thingy, a killer free-for-all, a one survivor versus everyone else on the server as a killer game mode, and Double Trouble. For the character, it's kinda different than your normal Roblox ASYM game. You don't have a certain survivor you choose from. Instead, when you spawn in, you have to choose 1 out of 3 cards, and each card contains 2 random abilities, and these abilities can be something like a stun, a heal, a boost, a block, or even a banana peel. For the killer team, you have some variety. You can play as creepy looking guy that likes to touch people and eat fresh meat, or play as guy who is a failed magician and now he wants to kill people, or perhaps you want to play as guy who's a computer that also wants to kill people. Or maybe you want to tone it down a bit and play as guy who doesn't like sound and has the ability that stabs himself. And finally, we have Kill Droid. He kills, and he's also a droid. Yeah. For the uniqueness of the game, or pretty much something that makes it special, it's definitely a game mode to have. I believe every 4 rounds or so, a fun game mode will appear, and these game modes just add another layer of variety to the game and makes it stand out from the other ASYM games out there. Oh yeah, and also they're adding golfing to this game, bro. For my criticism, I wish there was a better way to farm killer points faster, maybe add some sort of new objective or something. Literally I get 0.1 points for landing an ability. And finally, for the funness of the game, I'd say the game is extremely fun. It's definitely one of your more funner ASYM games out there on Roblox. If I had to place it in a tier list, easy S tier right there. I love this game a lot. Moving on, we have Breaking and Steal Things, which is an ASYM game that's janky and sloppy. For the objective, the survivors must steal these artifacts scattered around the map and return it to the retrieval zone. And for the killers, aka the entities, they must kill everyone and prevent the survivors from breaking in and stealing things. When it comes to the characters, the survivor team is pretty much just you. You just have a few actions you can do, like charging into your own teammates and also crouching down. But there are these cool items scattered around the map that y'all can use. You can do something like shotgun and stun the killer, heal yourself, gain some speed, and also throw a ball that can knock your own teammate off the map, even though you're trying to aim for the killer and you just got them killed. For these entities, you have these characters such as a guy that likes to turn invisible and slam people onto the floor. You have a guy that likes to place down traps and slice people to death. On God, this guy's actually OP. His traps are actually so good. You also have a guy with a briefcase that likes to shoot people, and he has some other killers as well. When it comes to the uniqueness slash gimmicky part of the game, I like how the objective is literally the title, break in and steal things. And also, I guess another thing is how the game is like retro-y. It's like a 4:3 screen resolution. And when it comes to my criticism, I'm not gonna lie, learning this game was kinda weird. You don't have too much information to work with. You can't really hover over these abilities and see what they do. You're just thrown in there. I also wish there were better indicators in the game. For example, when I picked up this objective right here, I didn't even know where to go. And low-key, I feel like camping in this game is a thing as well. Especially with this briefcase Ashley guy. My boy can just respawn the artifact back to his position and literally just camp the area. Like, bro, come on. And sometimes I feel like these maps are way too big. Like this map right here, I literally had nowhere to go, and then I just fell off the map and died. Like, dude, come on. Overall, is Bias fun? Yeah, kind of. I actually thought this game was funner and better than expected. Let me just place this game in the B tier. And yes, people, next up, we have Alter Ego. Yet another ASYM game out there, where you must complete objectives and escape before losing yourself to the ego death. Oh my goodness. For the objective, the survivors must complete enough of these generators slash puzzles scattered around the map, and then escape using one of the exits to win. And for the killer, aka the egos, you must kill them all before they escape. When it comes to the characters, I think they're pretty cool. You have a slingshot man with a Bloxicola. There's also a guy that can turn invisible and also heal himself. You have a scuffed version of JwJer that likes to throw jars and also heal people. There's a guy that can expose the enemy location and also buff his teammates. And then you have a guy that can stun the killer and also protect the team. And when it comes to the egos, we have guy that likes to grab and charge into people, take a leap of faith, and also fall off the map and lose the game. And also we have guy that likes to spit at people, and temporarily fly, and one-shot survivors. For the uniqueness and gimmicks of the game, I guess this is the only game that costs Robux to play, and also has an alpha game pass for skins. Okay, but for real though, I think this is the only game that implements your typical, like, Roblox ASYM with some Dead by Daylight stuff. When it comes to my criticism of the game, I wish Alter Ego was free instead of being paid. I feel like the characters are pretty neat, but sometimes their abilities may feel kinda scuffed, and there are often times where my stuns wouldn't land, even though I hit the killer, which is super annoying. For some reason, there are many times where I wasn't a killer, even though I had the most killer chance in the entire lobby. And also this head bobbing setting wouldn't work, and my camera was still bobbing, like it's pretty annoying. And yeah, for the funness of the game, is Alter Ego fun? It could have been better. Let me place it in the C tier. Moving on, we have PWNed By 1400, or 14 o'clock, which of course is another ASYM game out there on Roblox, oh my goodness. For the objective, you have to survive until the timer ends, or kill everyone is very basic. When it comes to the characters, you have someone like Prototype, this guy can speed himself up, and also give himself a double jump. You also have Jacob, this guy can shotgun the killer, and roll with invisibility frames. Then you have Brandon, this guy can heal his teammates, and also buff the team. You also have a guy like Dragon Dudes 3, this guy can throw a hammer at the killer, and also enter a short stasis phase. And then there's Guest 666. This guy can place down a cat, and it'll explode. For the killer team, you have a guy like the Stalker. My boy can turn invisible, place down some hazardous smoke, and also crawl and assault the survivors. You also have a guy like JX1 that likes to dash at players, teleport to them, and also empower his attacks to deal more damage. And then you have someone like Father. This guy's actually OP. My boy can place down traps, summon minions, and teleport to a set location. When it comes to uniqueness and gimmicks of the game is based off many of these Roblox ARGs and other horror series. I think that's pretty cool. I guess another gimmick about this game is that you can jump, which is pretty common nowadays, but like, I thought I'd just mention it. When it comes to my criticism, I feel like there should be some sort of objective you can do. Maybe fixing a generator? I'm kidding, dude. Also, I feel like every game I play, I'm always up against this Father guy. I think the devs should definitely nerf this killer. But at the end of the day, is the game fun? Yeah, I think it's kind of fun. Yet another mid-B tier game right there. I think y'all should at least try it out. And next up, we have Outcome Memories. That one furry Sonic game that everyone knows and loves, yeah. When it comes to the objective, it's very understandable. As a survivor, you have to try to survive until there's an escape phase, or you have to escape using a portal and win. As for the executioner team, you have to kill everyone before they escape. When it comes to the characters of the game, obviously it's based off the Sonic universe. For the survivor team, you got your boy Sonic, he likes to go fast. You have your boy Laser Guy, that likes to shoot out lasers. You have Guy that likes to punch things, which can obviously punch and stun a killer. You have Metal Sonic that likes to charge into killer, and also explode, and so much more. For the killer team, you have a little bit to choose from. You have Guy that was absolutely miserable to play until the 0.2 update came out. You also have the other Laser Guy, but with annoying traps. And then you have Guy that can two-shot people, and also penetrate you into a wall, which is pretty OP. Like, this guy can also climb as well, which is pretty funny. But yeah, when it comes to the uniqueness of the game, of course the identity is based off Sonic, but of course having these abilities on these characters are pretty cool. When it comes to my criticism, I feel like the killers may be too strong. I mean, that might be a skill issue thing on my part, but low-key two-shotting one is crazy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people did criticize how like strong the killers were when the 0.2 update came out. Of course, the objective is to just survive, but having another in-game objective would be cool. Like fixing generators? I'm kidding, obviously. And apparently this game is going to stop getting updates in the future, which is very unfortunate. But at the end of the day, do I think this game is fun? Yes, I think this game is very fun to play. Mid-A tier right there. I like it a lot. Moving on, we have just one more ASYM, which is an ASYM game, but with a Juggernaut-style spin on it. For the objective of the game, the survivors must run for their lives and wait out the timer. And for the killer, it's an AI. That's right, the main killer is an AI, but the ones working with it are called the adversaries, and these people need to work together to eliminate everyone. When it comes to the characters, you have so many survivors to choose from. You have someone that can push, and also throw rocks at the adversaries. You got a guy that likes to punch, and also work out. There's also a sniper guy that requires precision and aim to shoot the killer in the head and stun them. Oh my goodness. You also have a guy with a revolver, kind of similar to the one in Die of Death, which is pretty funny. You have a guy that can play guitar as well, dude, with a minigame Wowie, and you have so much more. For the adversary team, you have a guy that can rush down players and also pull them towards you. You also have a guy that can summon a minion and also lunge towards players and kill them. And then you have a guy that can teleport, freeze time, and also shoot out an insanely strong laser beam. Of course, there are more adversaries you play, but I got kind of bored and moved on, so when it comes to the game's uniqueness / gimmick, obviously you have this AI killer, this like juggernaut style thingy. I think it's pretty cool. In addition, you have so many survivors to choose from, and also a lot of killers as well. For my criticism, I wish there were more maps in the game. Some of these maps in the game are kind of bad. I just don't like the formats, but maybe that's just me. Also, I feel like there should be some sort of objective for the survivors to do. Maybe fixing generators? I'm kidding, obviously. And when it comes to the game's funness, I think the game is kind of fun. Let me place it in a low B tier. And yes, that's gonna bring us on to Reckless. Of course, another ASYM game, but this time with tons of survivors against some attackers. For the objective, it's pretty straightforward. The survivors must survive until the timer hits 0, and the attackers must kill them all before that happens. There are some ticks you can collect scattered around the map. It does reduce a tiny bit of time. When it comes to the characters, there are 20 unique survivors and 11 unique attackers. Oh my goodness. You have the survivor that can glide and bash into killers. You also have someone that can turn nearly invisible and flashbang the killer. And also you got a cool guy that can shoot out a crossbow and gamble their offensive and supportive abilities. For the attacker team, I think they're pretty cool. You have a ghost attacker that can fly, turn invisible, and deal tons of damage. There's also this weird astronaut plant guy that can hit people. And also there's this mummy that can teleport, place down traps, and touch people. Man, there are so many characters to play in this game. I literally couldn't play them all because there's so many of them. When it comes to the uniqueness or gimmicks of the game, of course it's a 13v2 game mode, and I guess the game is kind of like old Roblox. It's very like retro-y, if you know what I mean. And when it comes to my criticism, I wish there was more information when selecting characters, and also collecting ticks barely reduces time. I wish there was another objective, maybe something like fixing generators. But at the end of the day, is the game fun? Yeah, I think it's kind of fun. Let me just place Reckless in a low B tier. Next up, we have Eternity. Another ASYM horror game that's really fast paced and about killing and surviving. The objective is very simple, literally survive until the timer hits 0, and if you're the killer, just kill everyone. When it comes to the characters, I think they're pretty cool. For the survivor team, you have a cool sniper guy that likes to stun the killer, and also give himself wall hacks. You also have a guy that likes to place down walls, upgrade them, and also get stuck underneath some platform and die. Like, dude, come on. You also have another character that can dash and kick the killer. Oh my goodness, he's so cool. You have a healing guy as well that can of course heal the team. And then you have a guy with a hammer. He can bonk the killer in the head and also shoot out his rocket launcher. Wowie. When it comes to the killer team, you have a scuffed version of the stalker that likes to slash, create fires, and also stab himself to give himself more damage. And then you also have the scarier version of John Doe. This guy likes to release spikes, place down traps, teleport and penetrate you with his arms. He's very scary. And when it comes to uniqueness / gimmicks of the game, obviously the biggest one is the parkouring aspect. You can jump, wall hop, ledge grab, and also fall off the map and take huge damage. And there are these teapots scattered around the map that y'all can interact with, and apparently it actually stuns the killer. When it comes to my criticism, there's only one map in the entire game. I gotta say, it's not that easy to fall off the map, but whenever you do, you take some pretty big damage and teleport to some random place. And overall for the game's funness, if you're into parkour stuff, this game is definitely for you, but it's not really for me, so let me put it in the C tier. And yes, people, we got Scream Jam. Another ASYM horror game inspired by Die of Death. For the objective, it's same as always, survive until the timer hits 0, or kill them all. Characters are pretty cool, but also pretty limited. You have a guy that can speed himself up, and also throw it at them. We also have a guy that can place down a structure that'll heal people, dance to self-heal, and also track down the killer. And then we have a guy that can place down walls, shoot out a rocket to stun the killer, and also bombs them. Wowie. The killers are pretty decent. You have Killer Kyle, oh my goodness. This guy can throw his hat, easily track down players, and dash at people. Then you got Claws Guy. This guy just wants to slice and dice players. He can leap at his targets, slow down many players, and also get enraged, which makes him temporarily stronger. And there are also some more killers you can play. For the uniqueness / gimmicks of the game, it's kind of old Robloxy, like kind of retro-y, I guess. When it comes to my criticism, there isn't too many survivors to choose from. There's only 3 guys, so a little bit more would be nice. And yeah, at the end of the day, do I think the game is fun? The game is kind of fun, I guess. Let me place the game in the mid-C tier. I think it's okay. And next up, people, we have Pillar Chase 2. The first ever good ASYM game I've ever played, and when it comes to the objective, it's literally just kill everyone or survive. It's pretty standard. When it comes to the characters, the survivor team doesn't have any to choose from, but they do have these cool upgrades they can use, such as a parry, a speed boost, invisibility, and more. Survivors can also find these items scattered around the map, or buy them in the shop. For the monster team, you have a very good amount of variety. You can play as EXE, pretty much that one guy from Outcome Memories, but even scarier. You have the lmaooo, my boy can shapeshift and then touch you until you're dead. And then you also have Unk, which likes to make people dance and teleport to them. And then you also have this weird yellow smiley thingy that likes to eat people and spit out balls. For the uniqueness / gimmicks of the game, I feel like these special upgrades are pretty cool. You can only have 2 at a time, and I guess the gimmick of the game is that these monsters are based off creepypastas and other scary things like that. When it comes to my criticism, I feel like the player upgrades are an okay addition to the game, but I feel like this game should have stuck with running away and chasing pillars. And when it comes to the funness of the game, I actually do think this game is pretty fun. Let me place it in a B tier. And yeah, y'all know the drill already. Moving on, blah blah blah. We have Doomed by Fate, an ASYM game that's based off Limbus Company, old Roblox media, Dead by Daylight, and more. For the objective, it's pretty self-explanatory. Either survive until the timer ends while doing these generators, or kill everyone. The characters of the game are pretty cool. You have a bacon brother that can like to blind a killer, eat pizza, and track them down. You also have a brawler who likes to punch the killer and throw sand in their eyes. You got your girl Jane Doe, who likes to heal and stab the killer. You have Jester that likes to place it on bananas and also throw a pie in the killer's face. And then we have Soldier, my boy can block the killer and shotgun them in the head. For the killer team, you have some options. You have a Cool Kid. This guy's a rushdown killer that can slash, throw out swords, and also give you a huge final blow. You have Jeff the Killer that likes to go stabby mode and run you down. You have a guy named Captain Rampage that likes to dash not once, but 2 times into you while trying to cleave your head off. And then we have John Doe. He's John Doe. He's scary. For the uniqueness of the game, I'd say because the game is pretty fast-paced than the other ASYM games out there, I think that's very unique. And I guess the gimmick of the game is that many of the killers are pretty rushed down. And for the criticism, I wish these generators had a different minigame. Literally had to connect these things, which is very annoying, and then I had to pull this cord thingy. And low-key, I feel like the killers are too strong, so maybe some balancing here and there would be pretty nice. And finally, is the game fun? Yeah, I think the game's pretty fun. Let me give it a B tier. Next up, we have the Robloxia Until Dawn. Another ASYM game out there about killing and surviving. For the objective, it's very standard. As a survivor, you may complete these objectives around the map, but most importantly, just survive until this escape phase initiates. And for the monster team, kill everyone before they can get out alive. When it comes to the characters, I think they're pretty neat. You have a bacon brother that can dodge and dash from the killer. You have a brick battler that can block the killer attacks and also stun them. You have your boy Shaletsky that likes to eat his chicken and also go spinsy wind mode and stun the killer. There's also Jane Doe that likes to heal teammates and boost them with speed. And then you have Gaz that can pepper spray the killer and also scout them out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there's also a builderman that likes to bonk the killer in the head. And also there's a Bloxer who likes to shoot out his rocket and speed himself. For the monster team, you have someone like Cool Kid who likes to place down these subspace strip mines, touch you, and also glitch the game. You have John Doe that likes to get angry, climb into the ground and hit people. And then there's 1X, he likes to grab you, penetrate people, and slice them down. There are more killers you can play, but when it comes to the game's uniqueness and gimmicks, you do have an escape phase. I think that's pretty cool. But something I find very unique is how you turn into a killer minion after death. You don't really deal too much damage, but it can get pretty scary and overwhelming for the survivor. There's also a revive system as well, which is kind of neat, so you do get a second chance. And for my criticism, I feel like there should have been at least more objectives to the game versus just collecting something and reducing time. Maybe like fixing something I'd like to see is more information on the game, maybe like a shop or inventory GUI, and I feel like a settings menu would be perfect. And me personally, do I think the game is fun? Yeah, I think it's okay. Let me place it in a high C tier for now. Moving on, we have Violence District, a Dead by Daylight inspired game that's literally Dead by Daylight but Lego edition. For the objective, the survivors must complete these generators scattered across the map and then escape using one of the exits. And for the killer team, it's pretty obvious, just kill everyone. When it comes to the characters, these survivors have perks and items they can use. And for the killer team, you have your basic Jason slasher type of guy. Literally just run at them in hot pursuit and damage them. And then you have this Hotline Miami guy that likes to switch out masks, and depending on which mask you have, it will give you a cool buff. And then you have some guy whose main mechanic is to stare at you. Like, that's literally it. There are some more killers you can play, but I'm not going to play them. You guys can play them. When it comes to uniqueness of the game, I don't think there's really too much. It's literally just Dead by Daylight Lego Edition. For my criticism, it's literally just Roblox Dead by Daylight. That's about it, that is all. And for my final ranking, is the game fun? I think the game's alright, to be honest. Let me just place it in a low B tier. And finally, the game we've all been waiting for, Piggy! And other games. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Piggy's going to the B tier. The rest of the games like Stop It Slender 2, Bear, and also Survive the Killer is going into D tier. I'm sorry, bro. I just don't really find these games fun. Maybe they were very fun back then, before like Pillar Chase 2 Forsaken came out, but like, I think these games are alright. But yes, people, Forsaken. The last time I played this game was like a while before this guy came out. I mean, y'all already know the drill. The objective is to kill everyone, survive until the timer ends. You have some cool survivors like Guest, Noob, Elliot, whatever. You have killers like Jason, Cool Kid, 1X, and some other people. When it comes to uniqueness / gimmicks, I feel like this game has inspired a lot of other games. And also this game has so many skins, oh my goodness. And for the criticism, I mean, like, let's be real. Obviously there's been some leaks and allegations and stuff that a huge portion of the game's earnings went to a certain individual. And yeah, when it comes to the funness of the game, I would be lying if I said this game is boring. I made too many skin videos on this game. I feel like this game was very fun to me, but like from what I can remember, it was extremely fun. So I had to place an S tier. Listen, I know y'all might think that's crazy, y'all might think that's perfect, but I'm still gonna keep it a buck. From what I can remember, this game is extremely fun. That's all I'm gonna say. And yes, people, that was it. That was me reviewing a bunch of these Roblox ASYM games out there. Of course, I just reviewed them based on how fun they are. Not really like anything like critical or anything like that. I just care if the game is fun. Let me know your thoughts down below on this tier list as well. Just because I want to know your opinion. I really like criticism, and I'm all for freedom of speech. Y'all know this already. But yeah, until then, people, I'm just done here. Peace out. And before we end, I just want to give a huge shout out. Huge thanks to all my YouTube channel members. I love you people so much. Y'all are very generous and very genuine people out there. I appreciate y'all very much. If I can give y'all a hug, I'll give you a hug like right now. If you give me your permission, of course, like I had to get permission. And okay, fine, rules is gonna be making funny cams, ain't gonna lie. So if you enjoyed, please like. If you guys didn't, please dislike. And yeah, this is this video.